Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
大家好，我是 Bernice.
Today we continue with our destination lesson for this month. That's a 2-day lesson, and both of them are about the same topic. So today's lesson name is the same as yesterday's. Walk through the white desert.
今天我们的标题是一起前往白沙漠来探险哦。
Yesterday we introduced the white desert, which is in Egypt, in northeastern Africa, and it's famous for its desert, but especially for its pyramids made of stones. These were the largest, oldest buildings in the world until the modern times. Anyway, we found out why this desert is called the White Desert. There are certain kinds of rocks or minerals which tend to be white, like chalk, calcium, gypsum, limestone, and some others that you don't need to know the names of. But usually we think of a sandy desert as being yellow or brown maybe, not pure white.
所以我们可以探讨到这个白沙漠呢，它有一些很特殊的景观，像老师刚才讲的，有这个风蚀啦，或者是这些侵蚀的关系，还有呢这个阳光打进来，所以造成它的颜色会有很多的变化。所以我们今天到了第2天的课程，可以探讨更多有关于埃及的一些这个白沙漠的神奇的地方。
Before we get started, let's take a break.
好的。
Walk through the White Desert.
It is a 5-hour drive from Cairo to the White Desert, and many tour companies offer multi-day tours to explore the area. Although the government has prohibited touristic camping in the area, people still do it. Most tours of the White Desert will include a visit to Crystal Mountain, an arched ridge that is composed entirely of cloudy white crystals. There is also the Black Desert nearby, which many tours will include. Sandboarding is a fresh sport that can be done on large dunes, and the 4x4 ride to get to the area is almost like a roller coaster. However, the real charm of a desert tour is not in flashy attractions. The unique environment is full of wonder, and it is amazing to see how life has adapted to survive there. You can experience traditional Bedouin cooking, which uses the sand of the desert like an oven. In the White Desert, you might be visited by the local fennec fox, looking for scraps of your dinner. The desert becomes freezing at night, and the stars are always bright and clear. If you spend a night in the desert, you will never forget it.
This paragraph, quite short, will introduce us how to get to the White Desert. You would definitely fly to Cairo because that's the biggest city and the capital of Egypt, and it is a 5-hour drive from Cairo to the White Desert. Some people take that much time to go from Banqiao to Taipei during the traffic rush.
Yeah, right.
And many tour companies, a tour company is for tourists, people who travel to foreign lands. They will arrange, the tour companies will arrange or offer multi-day tours to explore the area. Multi means many. Now, a multi-day tour could be as few as 2. It might be a whole week or even longer than that. But most people, to spend time in a desert, probably 2, 3, or maybe 4 days would be enough.
没错。
That depends on what people want to do when they get to the White Desert.
没错，所以我们到这个白沙漠要怎么去呢？当然，第一个你要先搭飞机，好，搭了飞机飞到了开罗之后呢，我们就要开车了。从这个开罗开车呢，大概5个小时的行程，好，你就可以到了这个白沙漠啦。而且呢，有很多的这个 tour companies， 就是提供这个旅行的旅行社，他们呢通常都会提供一个比较多天的旅行的行程。所以刚刚老师讲这个 multi 就是 many 啊，就很多天的这个行程。然后因为你很多天才能够好好的 explore the area， 你才能好好的探索这个区域嘛。如果你只去个2-3天，你会觉得好像没有玩得很尽兴，所以可能差不多1个礼拜啦，或2个礼拜，只要你时间够的话呢，都可以这个花一点时间去这个白沙漠好好的看一看。
Although the government has prohibited touristic camping in the area, people still do it. So the government of Egypt, they want to protect this area. So you are not allowed to. The government prohibits people from camping in the area. Now, there are probably hotels already there, places for tourists to stay overnight comfortably. But many people, adventure tourists, will want to get out and away from the hotels and the stores and the restaurants. They will want to experience what being out in the desert day and night, what it is like.
所以呢，这边是说，虽然呢，这个埃及政府呢，其实他们早就已经禁止，他们说不可以 ，you're not allowed， 就是你不准做什么事情，说 prohibit。那禁止做的事情呢，就是做这个所谓的观光露营，哈，因为他们要去这些白沙漠的人，都是我们刚才讲的这些喜欢去做冒险的这一些观光客。那他们当然想要去看一些不一样的地方，所以呢，虽然政府禁止了，我要保护这个区域，我不要这么多人来。那但是呢，people still do it， 可是人还是就是因为他想要冒险啊，我花了这个钱，我就是要进来看一下这个地方，所以虽然被禁止，但是人们依旧这么做。
Okay, let's take a short break before we continue. Okay, let's continue. Most tours of the White Desert will include a visit to Crystal Mountain, an arched ridge that is composed entirely of cloudy white crystals. So Crystal Mountain, it's not a whole mountain, it's not that big, but it's land that has been forced up into like a wall, a natural wall. And the excuse me, the stones or rocks in this ridge, I believe they called it, they are cloudy. They're not clear like glass, but they are white crystals. Crystals are rocks that usually have very special colors, and maybe you can start to look inside of them. A diamond is a kind of crystal because you can look right through it.
好，所以这边接着就是讲呢，如果呢你要去这个白沙漠呢，大部分它这个白沙漠的旅行呢，一定就会包括了一个这个参观的地方，它叫做水晶山。那如果刚刚老师讲，它并不是一个很高的一座山，啊，它就是由这个沙子这样子形成的，所以他说它是一个 arched， 就是一个拱形的，好，这样子一个 ridge， 好的一个山脊，好，那么这个山脊是由什么组成的呢 ？Entirely 就是 completely， 它完全组成的这个方式呢，就是云白色 ，cloudy 就是没有那么样的清澈，好，它就像云朵一样。所以它是一个云白色的水晶所组成的一个拱出来的一个山脊，所以它并不是一个很高的山。
There is also the Black Desert nearby, which many tours will include. So you got the White Desert that we've been talking about now for 2 days. There's also a Black Desert.
好，所以这个绝对是可以黑白郎君都来了哈。所以接下来呢，另外有一个就在附近 nearby， 就是就在附近，你也可以去参访的地方，就是黑沙漠，有黑就有白。那么这个黑沙漠呢，也是很多的这个旅行的行程呢，会把它包含在里面的。
Sandboarding is a fresh sport that can be done on large dunes, and the 4x4 ride to get to the area is almost like a roller coaster. So here are our adventure tourists. They want to have fun and challenge themselves. So sandboarding, what's it called? Waterboarding?
Yeah, right. Snowboarding.
So a board is a flat, level area that can be used to go over certain surfaces like water, like ice, like snow, like sand. So that sounds interesting. Now, if it's a fresh sport, it means it's new. Not many people, I never heard of this before I read this article. And it can be done on large dunes. A dune is like a wave of sand. It doesn't move, or it doesn't move very fast. And from the top of the dune, if you have your sandboard, just like people do this on water, you can go down the dune to the bottom of the dune very quickly. And if you fall off, sand is not hard. It won't. It'll hurt because you're going so fast. But it won't cut your skin, or you won't drown if you were taking a board out into the water.
所以我们在这个白沙漠区或者这个黑沙漠区，我们可以做什么样的一些活动呢？他这边就介绍了这个 sandboarding， 就像老师刚刚讲，以前他都不知道有这个东西，就是滑沙。好，滑沙这个运动其实算是一个蛮新鲜的一个运动。好，那这个运动呢，你就可以在这个白沙漠区可以来做。好，那因为呢，在这个白沙漠区里面，它有很大型的一些 dunes， 这个 dune 就是那个沙丘，就是由沙子形成的这个沙丘。好，那所以你在这边呢，除了你做这样的一个活动之外，第二个是在这个沙漠区呢，会有那种四驱车之旅。好，那这个坐这个四驱车呢，就可以让你到达这个白沙漠区。那就像你坐在那个车上，很像在坐 roller coaster 一样，ups and downs 这样子，所以你会觉得好刺激哦。所以你有这两个活动都可以在这个白沙漠区可以完成的。
Very good. Okay, let's take a short break before we continue. Okay, welcome back. However, the real charm of a desert tour is not in flashy attractions. For the writer, the beauty of going out into the desert isn't about your 4x4 ride like a roller coaster or taking a sandboard, a surfboard for sand. It is the majesty, the quiet of a desert. Now, things like your boarding and the 4x4 ride and things like those are flashy attractions. They attract you. Wow, that looks like a lot of fun. That looks great. But the writer wants to remind us, deserts aren't only about things like that.
所以他这个句子的意思就是说，然而呢，我们去这个沙漠，其实它真正的那个 charm 迷人的地方，它的魅力呢，并不只是说刚才我们听到的这个滑沙啦，或者去坐那个四驱车，并不是这些外在的这些东西，而是它沙漠本身，它其实有很多吸引人的地方。所以他这边就讲了 flashy 就是俗艳，所以俗艳的就是让你说，得到你的那个注意力，吸引这个观光客去，但并不是仅仅就是因为这样子的俗艳的观光景点，所以它的魅力不是只有这些哦。
Well, then what is it? The unique environment is full of wonder. Unique is one of a kind. There's only one thing like a desert, for example. The environment of the desert is full of wonder. It's just amazing. It's so different from anything else you've experienced. And it is amazing to see how life has adapted to survive there. We usually think of deserts as being completely dead. Not true. And we'll find out why in a moment.
接下来他就讲了，在这个沙漠区呢，它的这个环境是 unique， 就是独特的，因为它的环境很独特，而且呢，它这个独特的环境充满着 wonder， 这个字是不可数的名词，表示奇观，就是你可以看到各式各样，像我们刚才讲的颜色啊，制造出来的这个颜色都是沙漠区才可以看得到的。而且你会觉得哇 amazing， 你觉得怎么样那么样的惊人呢？就是可以看到，其实在沙漠区呢，有很多的生命，他们不断的怎么样适应生存的，要能够在那边 survive， 可以生存下来。所以这个呢，就是它特殊的地方。
Okay, you can experience traditional Bedouin cooking. The Bedouin are the desert people. They're the ones on the camels. That's a kind of desert life, going from place to place in groups of people because it's safer. They have their own cooking style. They have their own costume or clothing style. They have the turban to protect themselves from the sun. The Bedouin cooking uses the sand of the desert like an oven. Well, that makes sense. Maybe you dig a hole, and when the sunshine is in the hole, at night you can cover it. It will keep it hot, and you can cook things in the sand.
所以呢，这边有一个很特殊，让人家觉得很讶异的，就是说呢，你可以在这个沙漠区呢，就可以体验到传统的贝都因的一个料理。那它这个料理是怎么样？因为他们是做那个骆驼的哈，那他们是怎么样去做这个料理呢？他们使用的不是像我们在炉子上面把火打开，然后这样子，不是，他们使用的是这个 sand of the desert， 就直接用那个沙漠的沙，然后呢，用那个沙当做他们的 oven， 好像烤箱一样，就像老师说的，你可能挖一个洞。然后你把你的食物放进去，然后把它 cover， 把它盖起来。那可能经过那个气候之后呢，的天气的温度，你里面的食物就煮熟就可以吃了。所以这个是只有在沙漠才能体验到的。
In the daytime, when the sun is beating down, it's straight down onto the sand. The top of the sand can easily reach 40 to 50 degrees C, like Taipei in the summer.Yeah,
right. 所以这老师刚才讲，在白天的时候大概是40到50度，可能很像现在我们台北的气温了。
In the White Desert, you might be visited by the local fennec fox, looking for scraps of your dinner. So fox is besides camels, fox is another kind of animal that can live in the desert environment.There are many kinds of snakes, and be careful, some of them are very poisonous. All kinds of insects, lizards, birds, lots and lots of different. But you have to be quiet and wait. And at night, many of them come out. It's too hot in the day, but they'll be out at night.
Okay. 所以老师要我们要 quiet, be quiet。我觉得我应该会尖叫吧，我看到蛇我可能会尖叫，我没有办法 keep quiet。OK， 好，所以接下来就是讲到说，在这个白沙漠区呢，你可能也可以看得到一些这个所谓当地在这个白沙漠区有的一种狐狸。好，他说这个狐狸叫耳阔狐，应该是这样子哈。这个狐呢，就是因为狐狸它可以在不同的一些地区生存下来。那这个狐狸呢，它主要就是为什么你会看到这个狐狸，或者老师刚才讲的有一些昆虫啊、蛇啊，或蝎子啊，都会爬出来呢？就是因为他们要去人类在那边煮东西吃嘛，所以他去找你的食物了。那这边我们看到一个字叫 scrap 这个字就是你吃东西剩下来那些残渣啦，那些没有吃完的剩余的这些 dinner 哈，它呢就是要去找寻你晚餐的这个残余，所以你会看到这些动物跟昆虫都跑出来了。
The desert becomes freezing at night. Remember, I said very hot in the day, but very cold at night. And the stars are always bright and clear. No clouds.No pollution. The stars look like you can. I've seen this in the desert of Texas and New Mexico. It's the only time I felt I could pick the stars out of the sky. They were so bright, so clear. You can only see that in a desert.
所以刚才 Bruce 老师讲，他曾经在 Texas 跟那个哪里
New Mexico.
New Mexico 哈，可以看到这样子的一片这么样 clear sky，你好像那个星星就可以把它这样啾啾抓下来的，用手伸过去就可以抓下来了。所以他这边说的，只有在这个沙漠区，因为它到了夜晚的时候 freezing cold， 非常非常冷的意思哈，因为它很冷，然后它又没什么污染，也没什么云，所以呢，它的这个星空呢看起来总是那么样的亮，而且非常的让你觉得是很皎洁的。
If you spend a night in the desert, you will never forget it.
所以如果你要在那边度一个夜晚，睡在那边望着那皎洁的星空的话，你的绝对不会忘记这样的一个夜晚。
Okay, well, that's it for our text. Let's take a short break and then we'll review some of the important vocabulary from today's lesson.
好的。
Okay, we're ready to finish our 2-day programming on the White Desert. The words from today's lesson include, the first is company, which has many meanings, but here it means a business, a store.
这边是名词的意思，表示公司。
Our second word is include, and we can use the word contain or to comprise.
好，所以接下来这个是一个动词，表示包括。
Number 3, entirely is wholly, all of it.
这边当副词叫完整完全的。
Nearby means not far from, which means close to.
没有错，这个当副词就是在附近。
Number 5, charm. Charm is a feeling almost like magic. You are attracted to something.
这边当名词是魅力。
The next word, wonder, is similar to charm. Wonder is that feeling, wow, this is so beautiful.
这边当一个不可数的名词，表示惊讶、惊叹。
Our next word is adapt, and that means to change to a new condition or situation.
没错，这边当动词，表示适应。
And number 8, our final word is freezing. It's so cold.
没错，这边当形容词，表示极冷的。
Okay, that's it for today and our 2 days. Hope you enjoyed and learned something from our destination lessons. Until the next time,
Bye.
Bye-bye.